Hello, gamer. How's it going today? I had work today. So, you know, I'm alright. Excited to play more Final Fantasy. So, let's get into it. I have a job interview tomorrow. We're in Ultima Thule. Thank you. I hope it does too. Aye, this place shall serve. Is it the spring that you wish to investigate? Pray forgive me, my friends, but there is naught to investigate. 'Twas but a pretense to speak in private. You have our undivided attention. As we have established, here in Ultima Thule, those denizens of ruined stars are recreated in their twilight days. It's an intervention. Yet one question doth arise in my mind. So fatefully formed are the simulacra. They believe themselves yet amongst the living. How dost thou suppose this is possible? Meteon made contact with them while they still lived. Of course, she must have visited the stars of the dragons and the Ea before either race perished in their entirety. Thus could she make their emotions her own, and with them create more faithful simulacra than she relied on any historical account. Then had she relied on any historical account. So too did I theorize, and upon that assumption, consider how those two races may have met their demise. According to thine own tale, Meteon perceiveth the emotions of those nearby as her own. A heightened sense of empathy intrinsic to her nature as an entelechy. In the course of her starfaring journey, if she encountered beings who strongly desired a cessation of their existence, she would be powerless before that desire. Even as she possesseth the power to grant it, the power of Dynamis. Yes. I think real empaths are cool. I just think all people who say like, oh yeah, I'm an empath, need to be destroyed. 'Tis my supposition that, overwhelmed by their longing for death, Meteon did unleash Dynamis and ushered the dragons and the Ea unto their doom. Of course, such was not always the outcome. Full many stars did she find already lost to ruin. In order to create a terminus, however, the fervent desire for the end is essential. Yeah. You're so right. They're really not. Do you ever notice that the people who say that the hardest are the most shitty and oblivious people? Therefore, should you struggle to find the way forward, pray ask yourselves this: in the place where you stand, whose is the soul that yearneth most desperately for oblivion? Why do you tell us this now? Ne'er again would I betray your trust. This pledge I did make to my comrades. In bringing thee into my confidence, I would remain true to my word. As for thee, let us consider it my fitting reward for the secrets I harbored for the Crystal Exarch. Aren't they all? All of them. All of the scions are a little bit. I once placed my faith in thy chosen path, walking at thy side, full knowing that we were bound for thy demise. I ask now that thou returnest the favor, and abide in faith as I fulfill mine own destiny. If you say my debt has come due, how am I to refuse? 'Tis indelicate of me, I know full well, and I can but beg thy forgiveness. Yet even if I must needs go to such lengths, I cannot well feign ignorance of the answer I have found within. Yeah, it is. The answer to the question, in what moment might I stand strongest? After all that we've been through, I will say only this. Do what you must. Do what you must and see your conviction through. I shall, my friend. I shall. Without further ado, then, let us go to join our comrades. Urianger says it's my turn to sacrifice myself. Waha. He's got nothing for us. Let us be off to Elegia. What's going on with the flickering in the background there? You okay, buddy? They're having a little rave. A party harden. It seems everyone is accounted for. Shall we then?
Please continue. Tell us about this truth you discovered.
Very well. Bear in mind, however, that the purpose of this conversation is not to impart scholarly knowledge, for such requires that you comprehend the subject matter, which you will not. We will forego the intricacies of our scientific methodology and deal only with the conclusion, the end of our society and our world. We acknowledge, with regret, that your star is in the midst of the same panic-induced cataclysm that befell Deneb 3. As such, in order to avoid causing undue distress, we will refrain from explicitly stating how much time you have remaining.
You are entirely too kind. I pray you recount your tale as you see fit.
In the beginning, the universe was but a tiny particle. Then suddenly, this particle began to expand. Having remained entirely in the bounds of your star, the phenomenon may be difficult for your kind to grasp. But this expansion has since continued unabated. Speculating that the universe could not grow indefinitely, we sought to learn what might occur, and made a worrying discovery. The stars will continue to spread apart, as will their finite thermal energies. Eventually, all heavenly bodies will grow cold and freeze. No new stars will be born, and the universe will enter into an eternal ice age. In hopes of proving that this determination was erroneous, we scrutinized our research from all angles, even as we sought to avert the everlasting winter. The endeavor proved fruitless. So infamously so, in fact, that it became synonymous with vain effort. The universe as we know it would end, and there is no way to prevent it. Beneath the weight of this knowledge, our society stagnated. Though we had time still, it was a cold comfort. Why strive for anything when desolation is assured? When our wealth of wisdom, accumulated since the dawning of our kind, would be forever lost. No civilization would rise from our ashes. No scholar recover our knowledge. In silence unbroken, naught would stir. Intellect was once our pride. Overnight, it became our shame. Our works, monuments to futility. Immortality, our greatest invention, became a source of suffering. Rather than suffer on, many chose to unmake themselves by means of etheric exsanguinators. Etched upon these stones are the testaments of such souls, though many left no words at all, thinking it a pointless gesture. Once we have obtained vessels of flesh, we likewise intend to vanish. If you understand this, understand aught of our tale, you will abandon your quest for knowledge. Ignorance truly is bliss. If you would cling to your illusory happiness, remain primitive and pure. It is the only way.
So that's your story. While I appreciate your advice, I will not heed it. Convinced though you may be of this truth, it is yours and not mine. Indeed, truth, I have ever believed, is in the eye of the beholder.
Are you suggesting that we have reached a faulty conclusion? That our science failed us?
Hardly. As you yourself said, the subject matter is beyond my comprehension. And that, I accept, is true. I do not possess the knowledge to prove or disprove your conclusion. In my mortal years, I doubt I could even approach the wisdom of the Air. But of one thing am I absolutely certain. I would not be happier in ignorance.
Y'shtola, no! You mustn't!
The most important lesson I've learned is that learning isn't simply passing one's eyes over words. Nay, 'tis when understood for oneself that knowledge attains its true value. This is what has sustained me, driven me onward in joy and wonder, in anger and sorrow. The universe may end, and all may be for naught, but I will live as I always have. I will always seek out new knowledge, and no conclusion of yours, no matter how grim, can dampen my desire.
I suppose it is only to be expected. Their feeble minds cannot fathom the terrifying gravity of it all. But worry not. We consider it our duty to enlighten you. And we will not stop until you grasp the full extent of our despair.
Keep calm and listen well. Though my body will soon dissipate, there may be a way to restore it. Azim's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you mustn't, for it would mean losing our way forward. This I only reveal so that you can promise not to invoke the magic. We came here knowing what victory may cost, so press on. Press on, and do not look back.
I shall join thee. As subterfuge is not required, thou shalt not suffer for mine absence.
Riange.
My resolve hath never been as strong as thine. Full oft have I wavered in my decisions, and afterwards been stricken with regret. In spite of this, I may still stand with my comrades, supporting them as they attempt the greatest of feats. This truth I have learned in the course of our journey. And many though my shortcomings may be, I may also claim to excel in prophecies. My studies, into which have granted me the flexibility of mind needed to bend this malleable reality. Thus shall I hope that thou mayest have the strength to resist, and our comrades the strength to continue.
It's true.
With you to urge us on, how could we possibly fail?
What's this? An extinguished civilization. Rekindled.
Hmm.
That's right. Our quest doesn't end here. We'll press on, and we will find you.
There. That's where you'll find me.
Is that another star?
Of the stars we visited, most were already devoid of life. And where there was life still, the inhabitants wished for death. But even death, we learned, isn't truly the end. It is but a part of the cycle of rebirth. Souls return to the star, or in its absence, a larger flow. And eventually they are reborn. Alive again, to know suffering anew. True salvation lies not in dying. It lies in not being born. This is the gift I would give to you. To all life on beautiful Aetheris. To that end, we created an egg wherein life cannot quicken. That dead sun. Attain it if you can, before your friends' emotions fade away, along with their protection.
You see if we don't, little birdie. Are you all ready to continue on? Then let us make for where that light shone. Y'shtola and Urianger have opened the way for us. Oh boy. Yes, I can feel it. The ether emanating from the arcane pattern. This is a portal, and no mistake. Let us see where it leads. I know. I feel like I'm walking through molasses, man. Amazing. Yet another civilization. Attacked as soon as you arrived? Not the most welcoming of places, is it? We must try to find denizens who are amenable to conversation. We should also get the lay of the land, see how far we can go. I'll help Alphinaud with that. In the meantime, you and Graha can search for friendlier folk. Apart from hostile beings, take care with your footing. I mislike the look of this terrain. Not knowing what the locals are like, you'd best take care yourselves. We'll find you once we've finished exploring. Oh, wait. I have to talk to Graha first. I expect the twins will seek the outermost bounds of the Isle, so I propose we search the central area. There are machines patrolling here and there, sentinels in all likelihood. Like those you encountered, they will most certainly attack any who venture too close. So let us avoid them and look for others that appear more approachable. You see naught but patrolling machines in the area. They do not seem inclined to non-violent intercourse. Whoa, I just fell through the floor. Nice. Yeah, I was about to say. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Omicron, yeah. Remember from last stream? The ones that pretty much wiped out the dragons. Look, Tuashe, the machines here do not appear hostile. Let's see if we can communicate with them. Same. Begging your pardon, but we are searching for the denizens of this star. Bzz. Unknown life form detected. Assigning generic label, interplanetary travelers. Greetings and welcome to the planet. Beep boop. The planet... What? Could you please repeat that? It appears your hearing organ is unable to process the name in our tongue. It may be translated into yours as Alphatron. Our people, meanwhile, are called the Omicrons, and you stand within one of our outposts. The Omicrons, you say? And what is it that you do here? We are preparing for war. As we presently do not have a designated target, you have nothing to fear. Should your star become designated, however, you will be taken into custody and/or terminated. Not a little frightening, these Omicrons, but at least they seem to be forthright. I will see what else I can learn from this fellow. If you could try speaking with the others? I enjoy beeping. Beep boop. Beep bloop. Autonomous weapon deployment complete. Vanguard armament upgrade complete. Munitions levels satisfactory. Hello! Hello, Faith. You've arrived the right stream to see me cry my eyes out. Combat readiness assessment. Nominal. Awaiting instructions from Sir. Maintaining state of combat readiness. Oh man, yeah. I will say this is, if I get through the fluff in an hour and a half, we're gonna be able to finish this today. And I think we will be. Like the lead up to the grand finale. Bzz. Greetings, traveler. When venturing outside the outpost, beware malfunctioning units. They do not heed Sir's commands and indiscriminately attack all non-Omicrons. For the avoidance of confusion, be advised that Sir is the alias of Stigma 1. Sir issues instructions to our forces as the foremost of the 6 strategic matrices that bear the designation Stigma. Bzz. Measuring combat capability. Result, negligible. Subject falls outside targeting parameters. Greetings, traveler. We are the Omicrons, and our objective is self-enhancement. In order to achieve this, we venture forth in conquest to acquire combat data and resources. Most recently, we succeeded in subjugating the homeworld of the beings whose strength was said to be without parallel, the dragons. Yet though the endeavor yielded a wealth of combat data, the star was rendered barren and unable to yield resources. A subsequent costing determined that the losses incurred exceeded the gains. Nice. Power of hopes and dreams. And love. You learned a few things. So did I. Ere we share our findings, however, I believe it best to step outside the outpost. Come with me. Come with me if you want to live. Ah, there you are. We finished surveying the area. This will come as no surprise, but there was no way forward. There were portals like the one we used to get here, but those that worked only sent us to isolated isles. Then, as before, we must locate the embodiment of the emotion that bars the way. What of yourselves? Did you find anyone to speak with? Yeah, plenty of people. So the Omicrons seek to advance themselves through conquest. Following their victory over the dragons, they stand ready for the next campaign, but their leader has yet to issue new commands, and so they wait. In such a place, who could it be that fits Urianje's description? A soul whose yearning for oblivion surpasses all others. Urianje said this. During our investigation, before we joined you in Elegia. So that's the way of it. Why couldn't he just say it to all of us? Given what we know of this place, it's certainly a curious state of affairs. While the dragons and the Ea longed for death, the Omicrons long for conflict. As much as that may lead to destruction, it must be considered a distinct desire. In order to find the source of the dominant emotion, I believe we should seek out their leader, this Sir. According to M032, the first Omicron with whom we spoke, there is a console by which we might communicate with it. M032 also added that it would be a pointless exercise, but that in itself, I believe, is worth investigating. What say you? Glaha. Only Catboy. So, the console we seek lies on the far side of this isle. Given the nature of the ground, the route may not be entirely direct as it seems. Let us all watch our step as we make our way. This appears to be the console, but it seems unresponsive. Would you care to take a look at it? Sure, Doache is a master technician. Don't worry. You try touching, smacking, and attuning with the console, but there is no response. No luck, I see. But there must be a way to activate it. There must.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Beat the shit out of it.
As am I. Operating such consoles is trying enough. But if we can't even activate it?
Perhaps there is a way. First, consider the world that has been recreated here. Its inhabitants were machines who gathered combat data to enhance themselves. And among the many wars they waged, the most notable was that against the dragons. As you've doubtless surmised, I believe this was the homeworld of Omega. According to the records I read in the future, it possessed a single weakness: lightning.
That's all well and good, but what does that... Wait. You're not thinking to strike the console with lightning, are you?
As a matter of fact, I am. Ask yourselves this: why would an entity as puissant as Omega not be designed to suppress the effects of lightning?
Because it relies upon it, or something akin to it, as a source of energy.
My thoughts exactly. And there is a good chance the same is true of the Omicrons and their devices. So, shall I cast caution to the wind and try something reckless and dramatic?
How about it? Doache
Very well. Here I go.
Doache supports Catboy rights and Catboy wrongs.
It worked!
Opening connection to communications module 1. Connection established. Transmission. Strategic Matrix Sigma 1 now online. As a primary strategic matrix, you may address me as Sir. Checking for new communications. None found. All units, please maintain current state. End transmission. Closing connection.
Wait! We have questions for you. Of late, no mission orders have been issued. Why not? Has there been some manner of trouble?
Reply. The Extended Operations Unit is yet to determine guidelines for future assignments. All strategies are calculated, devised, and actioned in accordance with set guidelines. In the interim, all citizens are directed to maintain a state of combat readiness. End reply. Awaiting query.
Can you tell us why the Extended Operations Unit hasn't yet determined the guidelines?
Unable to comply. Information unavailable or access restricted.
In that case, is it possible for us to communicate directly with the unit?
Access denied. Unable to establish connection.
Is there anything you can tell us? Have there been any abnormalities, like a threat to the star or widespread unrest?
Reply. Negative. All citizens continue to operate at maximum efficiency. If your operations are suboptimal, please proceed to a maintenance facility for evaluation. Otherwise, stand by at your designated post. End reply. End transmission. Closing connection.
I could activate it again, but I doubt it would be productive. What do you think?
If all the Omicrons really were running as efficiently as it claimed, then I doubt they were hoping for life here to end. As this Sir told us, there just haven't been any new instructions, and everyone is standing by.
Should be standing by at any rate. If there are those that are neglecting their duties, perhaps we can glean a clue from them. I propose we take another look around, and also try to find the operations unit.
Yeah. Let us focus our search on the outpost. Alice and I will try speaking with the Omicrons this time, in the hopes we might learn something new. Meanwhile, perhaps you and Graha could observe them from a distance. These beings are systematic and routine by nature. If there are any that aren't, it shouldn't be too difficult to spot them. If there are no questions, then let us begin at once. As we came this way, I believe I spied a promising vantage point. Follow me. Veronica! No, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I don't want to fight you. Okay, let's make this quick. Leave me alone, I want to play the story. Thanks. Search base Omicron for errant Omicrons. You may move the camera, blah blah blah. This Omicron stands dutifully next to a device. There is not to suggest unusual behavior. That one. There's one just zooming around. I can't do it. Stop. The Omicron wanders about ceaselessly, as if lacking a clear objective. Got him. An Omicron wandering aimlessly? Where? Emit self music. Aha, I see it. It's left the base. Let's follow it. It's not here, but it definitely came this way. It must have used a portal. Time to go through and see what we find. Just the blazing center of a sun, you know. Hello. Bzz. What is your query? Aha, you found it. What are you doing here? I am looking at the tree. Quite an unusual specimen. What is the device attached to it? The tree is a sample collected from another star. As it cannot survive in our environment, however, it requires life support. That is the function of the device. To go to such lengths to sustain it, is there something special about this tree? Being foreign matter, protocol requires that we study it. As this task has been completed, the specimen may be discarded. However, when I behold the tree, I am made to feel as though there is a problem. In order to become strong, we have continued to enhance ourselves. Like we did countless others, we conquered the star whence this tree came. It is the last remnant of a dead world, and there is nothing towards which it may aspire. Yet it grows, extends its branches, sprouts leaves, produces seeds. Why does it seek to continue? Why was it made to behave in such a way, and to what end? I do not understand. I see. Out of curiosity, does this pertain to your duty? No, it does not. My apologies. I shall return to my designated post and assume a state of combat readiness. So, it was acting outside of orders. Perhaps it is simply a malfunction in Omicron. These are by no means uncommon. But it may also be a unit possessed of the ability to make decisions. One not unlike Sir. I believe this bears further investigation. To endeavor to live even if we must depend on forces beyond our control. Tell me, Dwache, one day when this adventure becomes a part of your epic, do you think I will be mentioned in it? Of course, why wouldn't you be? I know. You truly think so? That would be a... Nay, I shouldn't say such things until the moment comes to pass. Never mind the embarrassment. Well, we had best get on with our task. Tracking down Sir and understanding the nature of the emotion which bars our way. Okay, Guaha. Oh, stop it! Hello, world. We should return to the outpost for now. The others will wish to hear about the errant Omicron. I know. He's a good Blorbo to have. I respect people who like Raha. Graha says you found a suspicious Omicron. That's good, because the units here were of no help. They all had the same thing to say about the extended operations unit, that there's no way to arrange a direct meeting. Still, that served to prove that it's business as usual at the outpost. But enough about us. Tell me you learned something more useful. An Omicron trying to make sense of the meaning of life. None of the others were even a fraction as philosophical. This unit may well be in a position of leadership, perhaps even one of those that comprise Sir. As we know, the Omicrons invade other stars and enhance themselves using the spoils of conquest. With the technology at their disposal, they should be able to alter their bodies, be it in part or in whole. Setting aside the question of motive, if Sir, for example, wished to have an ordinary Omicron body, I see no reason why it would not be possible. The problem is how to go about ascertaining if that's what happened. When I attempted to probe further, it promptly ended the conversation. If it is indeed Sir, I doubt it would willingly reveal its true identity. I have an idea. We use lightning on the console again, but we make it stronger, much stronger. At that moment, should the unit exhibit a reaction, that could suggest that it has a connection to Sir. An inspired idea. I dare say it's worth a try. I had a feeling you'd be on board. This time, you must allow me to do the honors. I will stand guard in case your incantation draws sentries to the scene. For my part, then, I will approach our suspect and divert its attention. During which time, Duache, I want you to observe it closely for anomalous behavior. I should mention that, shortly before you returned, an Omicron appeared from the same direction. Rather than entering the outpost, however, it headed off towards the console. At first I assumed it was a unit on patrol, but perhaps... that could be our errant Omicron. We must seek it out and begin our operation at once. Alright, Alphino and I will stand by at the console, and when it's time, I'll unleash a veritable storm. This will work, I'm sure of it. After all, our comrades are watching over us. Come, my friend, let us found this doubt-plagued Omicron. Hello. You're the one that was observing the tree, are you not? Full glad am I to find you again. I have a question for you, you see, about the device which sustains the tree. Provided it does not necessitate the disclosure of restricted information, very well. Graha has begun distracting the Omicron. Soon Alizé will strike the console with lightning. Okay, let's observe. Looks like they're ready. Alright, here I go. See the anomaly. You! An anomaly, you say? Performing diagnostic. Error confirmed. My connection to Central Command is suffering from intermittent failures. I must leave at once and present myself for maintenance at the nearest facility. You will excuse me. What you need, my friend, isn't maintenance. It is to confront the truth. While we spoke, our comrade struck the console used to communicate with Sir. That is the cause of your anomaly. You are connected to Sir, aren't you? Affirmative. To what end you sought to assert this fact, I do not know. But before we speak further, we must move away from the other units. I do not wish for them to know my true identity. Very well. Our friends are at the console. Let us head there. Oh boy.
As you have surmised, I am part of the shared intelligence of Stigma One. It is, was, my charge to determine the optimal path to achieving our prime function. This body had been abandoned by its former owner and lay unused. I took it and abandoned my own, and with it, my duty.
May we ask why you did this? From what we gather, it seems to be a personal matter.
Our kind did not always look as we do now. Long ago, we possessed frail and feeble bodies. Beleaguered by stronger races, our ancestors took to augmenting their flesh in order to defend themselves. What began with limited parts eventually spread to the whole body, and at last, a means was discovered to convert the mind into data, rendering even the brain obsolete. Such complete mechanical beings were called the Omicrons, and by their might, we came to reign supreme over the star.
Whoops, didn't realize my mic was still on.
But even then, we did not feel secure. For we knew that the universe was home to civilizations aside from our own. Civilizations that may be stronger still than us. Rather than risk becoming the subjugated, we chose to become the subjugator. We began our conquest of the stars, that we might acquire the resources and knowledge we needed to reign supreme. We were successful in that endeavor. So powerful did we become, we could lay low even the mighty dragons. But then something unexpected happened. I began experiencing an error. I could no longer determine an optimal path.
You were malfunctioning.
I performed numerous full system scans, each time finding no issues. Yet the error persisted. It was then that I speculated. What could happen if we grew so powerful as to have no equal? To become stronger was essential to our existence. Our every action has been in service to this objective. But if nothing lies beyond this, can it be truly said that it was essential? Have we been engaging only in wanton destruction?
You could find no threat to justify your purpose.
The Omicrons will never leave this star. They will stand by until their reserves of energy are spent. For I have no path to offer them. None.
It is not our place to pass judgment on the deeds of the Omicrons. But surely, this does not have to spell the end of your people. With your power and knowledge, the possibilities are endless. Why not seek out a new purpose?
That is impossible. In the beginning, we had a higher purpose than our pursuit of power. But we lost sight of it when we so irrevocably altered our fundamental forms. When we cast aside our flesh, so too did we cast aside all that defined us. nothing remains of who we once were. I have no aspirations. No longer can I dream. The vital spark is lost. Lost amidst circuitry and code and commands.
I believe I know how to overcome this despair. The words are ready in my mind, but ere I speak them,
Oh boy.
I want you to make me a promise. Be it across time or space, our promises have always connected us. And so I ask that you indulge me once more, that this won't be the end.
Oh man. You say it, I'll do it.
Is that so? In that case, I won't hold back. First, I want to visit Ishgard with you. Properly. We scarcely had time to look around last time. I should like it very much if you could show me the sights. Next, you must regale me with your greatest adventures, in the places where you lived them, if possible. I may have read about all your deeds, but there is no substitute for a first-hand account. And last but not least, a new adventure together, unlike any we've experienced before. We'll travel the lands, cross the seas, and take to the skies upon the eternal wind, and it will be marvelous. It will. If you would humor me a moment. When we awaken each morning, how can we prove that we're the same individual who retired the night before? Through the remembrance of past events, we might say. We have our memories, yet there are times when we forget or recall incorrectly. What of our bodies, then? It is the same one, we might say, yet technically speaking, as living beings, our bodies are constantly changing. It will never be as it was at an earlier point in time. Our souls are no more immutable. On our star, people are known to inherit the souls of others, yet they are decidedly different beings. For my part, I've subjected my totality to much and more. I've made my body into an extension of a tower, blended my soul and memories with those of another self. And each time I would ask myself, what is it that makes me, me?
Were you able to determine an answer?
No. But that doesn't mean I'm confused. It simply means I'm the same as everyone else. So I posit this. Who we were need not describe what we now hold in our hearts. Whatever came before, what matters most is the present. For me, that is being here with my friends, full proud of how much we've grown together. So I urge you to not give up. Heed your heart's desire and hope that the future you long for shall be realized.
I cannot. We cannot. We cannot understand desire, nor comprehend hope. We do not know how to create such things.
We are not unlike, you and I. I too have struggled to find the courage to express and embrace my wants. If you like, I will tell you a tale. A tale of a world on the brink, of a people who never gave up on the future. Of a man who realized his grandest dreams and then awakened to a grander reality.
You idiot! Just once, stay with us to the end!
Okay. They all leave so easily, as if it's nothing. How do they think we feel? The next time we meet, I'll give them such a flick, and that'll be just the start. That crystalline path, Gra has paved it for us. Difficult as it is, we must carry on, for our friends, and all who await us in faith. So come, let us seek the path's beginning. It appears to be near the outpost. Look, Dweshe, a portal has opened. It will surely deliver us true. It must. Well, here's where the path begins, and it ascends to dizzying heights. Let us make our way, one sure step at a time. Our friends got us this far, their courage, their strength, their wisdom, their love. We owe it to them to continue, no matter how long it takes. Walking the path with Alfie and Ali. Tancred would scout the road ahead. Y'shtola and Urianger would trade opinions on esoteric subjects. Graha would join in their discussion, or else chat with me and Alize about the mission. Stinian would be at the rear, apart yet present. All the while you would come and go, wherever you are needed, and together we would travel. Oh, wrong person. All I can hear are my footfalls, my heartbeat. It's so much quieter now. But the fact that we can breathe and continue on is proof that the others are still with us. They are. They are. Aren't they? I'm taking psychic damage. The portal is barely visible from up here. Truly, we've come far. Much farther than would have been possible had we kept chasing perfect ideals as we did in the past. It is because we have known failure and frustration that we have learned and grown from them, that Heidelin has entrusted us with this mission, with the fate of the very star. It's all a dream, isn't it? A long, elaborate dream. Any moment now, I'll wake up in my bed, still a student, grandfather alive. I'd go about my day, relieved as the fragments of that other life faded away. And that would be happiness, wouldn't it? That none of it... No, I won't give up these experiences. Good and bad, they are mine. They are me. Ooh. Stop it, Alice, you're gonna make me cry. Rest assured I'm fine, but thank you for your concern. What of yourself? Though we can't afford to be too leisurely, neither need we rush unduly. We've crossed an impossible distance to stand where we are now, and we're but a few steps away from journey's end. It will be over before we know it. Me? Oh, I still have plenty of legs left in me, don't you worry. It's you I'm worried about. You always push yourself so hard for us, for everyone. And while we're here, we'll make sure to bear our share of the burden. Would it be okay if we go a little bit longer today? Don't know if you have time for that. Well, this is it. The end of the path, and the beginning of whatever waits ahead. There will be greater hardships. We may be made to feel powerless. Yet come what may, let us have no regrets. No, let us have pride in what we have achieved. In what we achieved and how it changed us for the better. That's worth fighting for, and dying for, as they did. Oh, it's Faith, you're 2 o'clock. There are some structures up ahead. Still a ways to go before we reach the dead sun. Okay, perfect. Given all this, I know how naive it must sound to hope it all works out somehow. Still, you'll forgive me if I wish for that all the same. And for you most of all. Not that you of all people need it. It's just, after all the help you've given me, for once I want to be able to be the one to help you. I'm like 2 seconds away from bursting into tears. Stop it, Alice! Ah! I just love my baby girl. Oh, the silence is chilling. This is almost... normal? It's not unlike many cities we know, but it's deathly quiet. Mayhap the inhabitants are within the buildings, or invisible to our senses. Wrong on both counts. There is simply no one here. Meteon! This is how I found it when I arrived. Another star which once pulsed with life, but no longer. How it ended, I do not know. Invasion, sickness, suicide, none can say. None lived to speak for the dead. They are gone. Gone. Search all you like, but you'll only end up turning back. Oh, have you been talking to each other about Final Fantasy? If there is no one here, then neither should there be a motion to bar our way. Yet Meteon seems convinced we'll turn back. What riddle is this? Oh, were you? What were you talking about? Whatever Meteon may have said, we should confirm it with our own eyes. We need to have a look around. Yes, she is. Indeed, at the very least, it doesn't appear to be a sprawling place like those before. If we split up, it shouldn't take too long to cover the area. It's not her fault, that was... Oh no! There doesn't seem to be anyone here. Perhaps you could try calling out. Hello? If anyone has heard you, they do not respond. Come on now. You've gone too far. Myth. Time out Goldie for 10 minutes. It's okay. It's mostly joking. Were it not for the thick layer of dust, one could imagine someone drinking from these cups but moments ago. Very fair. Hee hee. The object resembles a tree and appears to have been fashioned from a stone-like material. Erected in place of an actual tree, or to serve some other purpose, perhaps. Regardless, there is no one left to explain, to tell the story. This place is reminiscent of a bar, but neither patrons nor staff are anywhere to be seen. Egg-shaped containers line the shelves, with a loose fuse sitting on the counter. Vessels for the beverages, in all likelihood. A venue bustling with activity until it was not. In the distance, you glimpse Alize picking her way through the ruins, but otherwise spy no signs of life. If anyone can hear me, say something! Your call echoes faintly before being swallowed up by the silence. I know, right? This area is gorgeous! I used this place to take a screenshot for the background of the Dark Knight series thumbnail, or the quests. Though set slightly off the ground, this appears to be a door, while the objects to the left could be letterboxes. The door is rusted shut, and the film of dust all over suggests no one has come through in a long, long time. Yeah? Yep. Everything we're walking on is just the ground, and then everything above, like in the distance, is the skybox. Yeah. The more you know. Toishe, take a look at this. If the road was a little longer, we could take it to just beneath the Death Star. But I suppose this is where the reconstruction ends. How about you? Did you find anything of interest? I see. I noticed the same things. Cups left upon tables, chairs out of place. I don't know what happened here, but I do know I don't want to be alone anymore. We've searched enough for now. Let's find Alphino and compare what we've learned. Shaken and stirred, baby. Naughty children get put in the Periwiggler.
Did you find anything?
Nope.
No, this place is completely deserted. And I can't see how we're supposed to move on from here.
Neither can I. It's quite the quandary. There are no denizens to bar our path, yet there is no way forward.
For another mystery, we did find signs of very recent life. You'd swear everyone just vanished into thin air. I wonder how many ruined worlds like this has Meteion seen.
Ah. Could it be? Yes. Yes, I believe I may have puzzled this out. Despite how it appears, it's no different this time. There is someone here who has wished for this ruin. And I believe that together, Alize and I can overcome their will.
Oh boy. Stop. Not another word.
I'm sorry, but there is a chance, and I must seize it. For everyone. And for myself. I will not pretend otherwise. I have my fears. Not for myself, but for you. The last to remain. You are no stranger to carrying the burden of others. But I can only imagine how heavy the weight would be this time. As your friend, I cannot bear the thought of making you suffer so.
Then why suggest such a thing? It's too much to ask of anyone, even her. Why must she be the one? Why must she fight alone? More than a hero, she's a dear friend. Not only to us, but to so many others. There are so many people in the world who care for you, and yet... And yet...
Alize, I have an idea. Given the nature of this realm, it may be possible to do more than unbar our friend's path. We might also pave her a new one. For instance, a path where she finds happiness at journey's end. This much, I think we can believe with the utmost conviction, no matter how deep our despair. So please, believe in us too, and press on. Thank you. What are you?
If the plan's decided, then let's not dally.
Ah, there you are. It was as I said, was it not?
It was. We couldn't find anyone. But this place isn't entirely deserted, is it? You are here. You sought out a star of promise and found a ruined husk. Like us, you explored the devastation. Like us, you were stricken. Horrified by the thought that so many lives could be snuffed out as if they were worth nothing. And the thought that you would have to bear the terrible tidings to Hermes. That which you saw and felt, you shared with your sisters, as did they share their own grim findings with you. Overcome by the pervasive despair of these stars, some of you inadvertently ushered their peoples to their ends. Knowing the horrors you know, anyone would feel the same. They would fear what lies ahead and struggle to move forward.
Fear. I had forgotten that such a thing existed. So focused have I been on shepherding despair.
If you can remember, then you can still face and overcome your own fear.
Why would I bother with such an insignificant emotion? If the despair I command is as a raging river, then fear is but a trickling stream. It can do nothing to alter my flow. You spoke with the Aya, yes? Heard their tale of what awaits the universe. It's true. The stars grow colder and more distant. Eventually, all will enjoy frozen solitude. Using the power of Dynamis, I'm hastening that process. In so doing, nothing will be born ever again. Everyone will remain dead. Alas, it will take time for that to happen. So in mercy, I sent you my gift, to spare you needless suffering. Don't worry. Even if no living witnesses remain to mark the event, I'll make certain that Aetheris has a proper end.
For all the power you wield, you're more fearful than the familiar you used to be. That Meteion feared simply to move forward. But your fear is such that you've given up on everything. I know it well. That sense of defeat. I've tasted my fair share of it. But as many times as we've fallen down, we've learned how to pick ourselves up and carry on. We take each other's hand, share in each other's courage, follow in each other's footsteps, and turn sorrow into strength.
There are times when we fail. We bear wounds that do not heal. But these experiences are part of life, and they make us stronger.
Bahamut music, I think.
We rise, fall, and rise again.
Don't worry about us. You must take the next step, and all the rest after that.
Earlier in Old Charlian.
Please, please. Oh, please let them all be safe. Cryle? Are you all right?
It's nothing. Just a headache.
They'll be fine. I know they will.
Apologies for the interruption. A man arrived on the last ferry. An associate of the Scions. He wishes to speak with you at once.
Who could it be? Okay. In this city devoid of life, you sense the presence of another. The sorrow of a thousand worlds weighs heavy. Come on, let me finish this sentence. And yet you can walk on. Who knew this was going to be the one to make me break, huh?
If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you.
Our condition is Endwalker, walking alone unto the journey's end, the burden weighing heavy.
Do not despair. You are not without allies.
What we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on.
Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others.
Yeah.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price.
And we, for our part, are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Save your tears for the morrow. You may be sure we will have ample cause to shed them, be they for joy or despair.
I don't need your advice, Ian.
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn.
A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen.
Me too, it's so beautiful.
Yet miracles do happen, so let us pray and will our friends home.
I bet the texture is good.
I won't stop praying until I know they're safe.
Oh, mean.
Strong art thou, mortal.
Look to the light within, that you may continue to serve as a beacon to others.
Let's finish this.
Yeah, let's finish it, Arbert.
Here the path ends. There is no way to reach our nest.
Ugh, I don't have it on auto scroll.
I told you. Resignation and acceptance reign in this place. The rejection of life by those who came to curse it. Those whose dreams were unfulfilled. Whose prayers were unheard. Whose labors were unrewarded. Hope cannot deliver you unto hopelessness. Our refuge is beyond you. Always has it been. Such is the nature of this place. You should have remained on Atheris. Struggle will avail you not, nor will it grant your comrades peace. Come, let me relieve you of your burden. You have suffered enough.
Asm's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you mustn't.
How do we make peace with
That's why it's too soon for this to end.
There are so many people in the world.
You must triumph.
Drink of calamity and drown in.
Be safe, all of you, and come back.
It was all
I am ever grateful.
I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know.
After all these years,
is this the answer I was hoping for?
So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
And Godspeed.
Perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
Do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
I'll reach you. I'll find a way. Oh, who is this? Who are these guys?
I bid them remember, but all this time I'm the one who had forgotten. A right fool you've made of me, Hermes. And to add insult to injury, I've been denied a sound rest, forced to watch this clamorous show.
Oh, come now. It's been a gripping tale. Unbreakable bonds and noble sacrifice, sprinkled with moments of levity to counterbalance the pathos. It's got it all. I, for one, would have been perfectly content to watch enraptured from the stalls. But I won't say no to a bit part.
What are you?
Half-faded souls of the dead. Isn't it painfully obvious? Worry not. We haven't the power to defeat you, nor is it our duty to do so. Not anymore. That being said, we do have a score to settle. So here I am, Vinar. I suppose you needed me to tie it all together, these frayed threads of our history. But knowing you, I suspect there's a joke in it too. Oh yes, I can imagine you gloating over my forgetfulness.
Yeah.
Were I feeling charitable, I might assume you had left room for the possibility of this outcome. Even so, you'll get no applause from me. A single gesture will not lighten the burden I've had to bear.
I love you,
Still,
Groucho.
You must be commended. Our methods would not have brought mankind this far. And so, as a show of respect to the last of us, I make this declaration. You will not end our journey. That is our answer. The answer of all lives of Atheris, past and present.
As you've called us to the stage, so shall we perform. And creation magics never fail to please. Drawing upon the hopes of your comrades, we will make for you a new path.
What form said path takes depends on you. So focus. Focus and envision that which rejects the claim that you cannot attain your goal.
Ours is the wisdom to weave the fabric of reality. Ours is the power to create.
The Elpis flowers. This is so beautiful.
Meteon, though I gave you these wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run, and so much more. A flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
These Elpis blooms serve as proof that this realm is not utterly devoid of hope. No more can you deny its power. No more is yours the dominion of despair. In case the practical implications were lost on you, your comrades no longer need fight their fight. So go on. Call them back to your side.
It's just the way he's always been, man. Hey, everyone.
May you ever walk in the light.
Thanks for now.
How disappointing. Not even a single scar in the making to brag about.
You'll find a way regardless.
Honestly, this is far more than any of us could have hoped for. Let us be thankful.
Indeed. That we thus stand reunited is a gift. Let us not squander it, and see that we all return to Etheris.
Aye. As soon as we've averted the final days.
Good to see you again. Our heroic sacrifice paid off, I take it.
Come, my friends. Let us carry on and finish it. Together.
Come with us, Meteon.
Can you hear me? The voice is within, crying in pain, wailing in sorrow, hurting, hurting. End it. Silence it. Silence our song of oblivion.
The way is open. They can proceed.
So it seems.
You're leaving?
Of course. The Encore is finished, and I will not suffer myself to live again by Heideling's magic. But more than that, the future you seek is not the past we loved. That is why we fought, and why I lost. But though you defeated me, my ideals are inviolate, invincible. Spare me your pity. I have no use for it. If you would do something for me, save our star. See this tale to a triumphant conclusion, and with elation in your hearts, bid the final curtain fall. Only then may it rise again, and a new tale begin, with new parts for all to play. Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north? The fabled golden cities of the New World, the sacred sites of the forgotten people of the South Sea Isles? What about Mericidia, the southern continent? Do you know aught of its present state of affairs? I thought not. Even of your little Eorzea, you know precious little. The true identities of the 12, for instance. All of which is to say, expand your horizons, go forth and seek discovery. Some of the civilizations in the reflections will surprise you. As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much. I certainly did.
I pray we meet again. If not in this life, then perhaps another. Whensoever it should be, I trust it will be a most joyous reunion.
For you, maybe. I want nothing to do with it.
Oh, don't be that way.
Oh man. How about that, huh? I don't think I ever knew what to say to the man. In retrospect, it always felt like the wrong thing. But the past notwithstanding, he came to your aid in your moment of need. We are here, and we will not squander this chance he has given us. We will see this tale to a triumphant conclusion and bid the final curtain fall. Endwalker, here's the final quest, baby. Woo! Let's go. Are you ready, Dwache? Then let us set forth for the reckoning. Having come this far, I know everyone's resolve is beyond doubt, so I will say only this. Within that dead sun swirls the emotions that Meteion has hoarded, the emotions of innumerable souls who strove for happiness but failed. It was with the denizens of Ultima Thule. As it was with the denizens of Ultima Thule that barred our way, it is not for us to rebuke and admonish. 'Twas not by passing judgment on the tragic legacies of others that we arrived at this moment. Rather, it was by opening our hearts to their despair, by understanding and acknowledging their fates, while still refusing to share in them ourselves. To hold fast to hope, not in ignorance but by choice. Should you struggle to do so, I am here to help, as you have all helped me. Everyone's going home today. Understood? Aye. The dead end's now accessible. I think we're gonna do this with regular people, if I can find it quickly. Just so you know, Dwache, I won't try to keep up with you in the coming battle. No, I mean to surpass you. If there is anyone who will need to keep up, it's Estinian. I'm not joking. Both Alphino and I have worked hard and come far. It's time we set our sights higher. So you'd better watch out, else you'll find yourself in my wake. Emetzelk and Hitlerdeus created these flowers from our hopes. If so, mine and Alizé shall live on here. The hope that you will find happiness at journey's end. So let us go, Dwache, and see this tale to its conclusion. As Alphino says, everyone's resolve is beyond doubt. Yet ere we set forth, there is a thought to which I must give voice. While you were in Elpis, I understand that people assumed you were a familiar. In contrast, those phantoms we encountered in the recreated Amarot regarded us as children. As people, albeit naive and immature. The discrepancy I posit is a reflection of their creator's perspective. Having spent eons among sundered men, perhaps he came to acknowledge us, even if only subconsciously. With Emetzelk gone, we may never learn the truth, but I will not suffer this and countless other mysteries to go unsolved. Our journey will not end this day. Thus far, we have encountered recreations of some few stars. Doubtless they account for but a fraction of the innumerable worlds to whose fall Meteon did bear witness. Roiling with torment, the dead sun is forsooth oblivion's apotheosis. It shall be no small coup to breach this nexus of despair. And yet, as this vista doth prove, where there is hope, there is a way. So let us press forward together, as we have, and find our way unto victory. It seems our arms and armor are in order, as are our personal effects. Most importantly, we have each other. We need only finish what we came here to do. Avert the end, for Minfilia, for Reen, for all who aspire to live. So, the moment of reckoning is finally upon us. I must say, when I pledged myself to your cause, never did I imagine that it would bring me to the very edge of existence. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. After casting aside vengeance and shedding title and duty, I found myself wanting for purpose. In journeying with you, there has been nary a dull moment. In the course of it all, I feel as though I have found a new place for myself, and a welcome opportunity to see how much the boy has grown. I owe you a debt, but as you can guess, I've ever preferred to express my gratitude through action rather than word. My lance is yours. Man. Let me just check something before... Yeah, okay. Let's see if I can finish this before duty pops. I'm returned, thanks to you, but we still have work to do if we are to make our promise a reality. Having you show me the sights in Ishgard, then regaling me with your greatest adventures, then embarking on a new adventure together. For these things and more, I will fight. What? Could there possibly be an adventure greater than this one? Of course! So long as you desired it and dare to take the first step, there is absolutely no limit. Come on, people, I want to get into the dead ends. Let me in. to. Hope remains, guiding, lighting the way. No time for morning rises on the land we born from the ashes. Neath the heavens, sunset, velvet skies tranquil after the storm. Blessed shadows, the sun will shine again. Walk on, never look back. Through you we live till the walls are and come on now, let me in. Okay, if it doesn't pop at 8 minutes, I'm gonna do it with trust. What's going on? I've never had to wait this long for this dungeon. Why? I think we may be pushing it on finishing today, so... might have to do the last little bits, sure. Might have to do the last little bits next time. Okay, fuck it. Sure, Graha. No, not Graha. Thancred, Alizé, Alphino. Alright. Fuck it. Let's go! Boom.
So you are finally here, in this place between death and rebirth, where life knows no dawn.
We are free.
Come then. Follow me down into the darkest depths of despair.
The dead ends.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful blue star that fell to pestilence and rotted inside and out. The more its people clung to life, the more they suffered.
Tancred.
You cannot stop us!
You underestimate me!
Mitre.
Until they curse not the illness, but their fellow corrupted.
You cannot stop us!
I have you now.
There!
Mitre.
I did find it. I was thinking about something. Like, I've seen some people say like, oh, Emmett self-redeemed himself and that's why he's better than any other character, but like, did I not watch the scene we just watched where he said, no, I was right? This is so funny. Like, he literally says like, no, I was right. He did help us. Like, fair is fair, he did help us, yes, absolutely. He still didn't think he did anything wrong. I love him, he sucks.
You're mine!
Say something. Big boy. Yeah, like, it's okay to like a villain, but don't try to like whoopify him.
Those who lived and festered. Those who died and decayed.
my turn.
Oh my god, don't even. No, Alphino, you died! Oh my god, Alphino died. Alice, can you res him?
Time to redeem myself.
Yeah, she did, thank you. And that's why we bring Alice.
You cannot stop us!
I have you now.
You're mine!
Oh god!
There!
Oh god!
No, she's real niceys.
I have you now.
She resurrected him. She just resurrected him. Literally just did. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, okay. Hee hee hee.
You're mine!
And the very last of them wished they had never been born at all.
Visions of another world unfold before your eyes.
In a faraway place, a brilliant star eradicated disease. Before destroying the selfsame lives it had saved.
Try and stop me! You cannot stop us!
Oh man. Yeah, I don't get people who are like, I love this villain, only I don't like all of the parts that make them a villain. It's like, then you don't love that character that much. Like, if you have to explain away all of the bad shit they do, hello? What are we doing?
Its people sought ever greater freedoms no matter the cost.
You cannot stop us!
My turn.
They tried to buy peace with fire and steel.
Yeah, that usually works out well, huh? Don't it?
My turn.
You underestimate me!
You're mine!
What is a rotation? I just press whatever buttons I like.
Prepare yourself!
Prepare yourself indeed.
There!
Yeah, don't think we're gonna finish today. Man, this stuff is always way longer than I remember. Yeah. There are. Well, I almost blind everything it, but there's a big fight after this one. And, yeah, I think it's maybe pushing it a little bit. Maybe if I had a group of real people to play with in this dungeon, it would have gone quicker. But, you know, it's fine. Yeah, absolutely. You know, that is, I don't know if I've said it before, but that is one of my biggest regrets when doing the Stormblood ending, that I went ahead and pushed and did the ending without you. Afterwards I was like, man, I should have probably just waited, but I was so desperate to finish. So I was like, I gotta get this, I gotta get to Shadowbringers. Heal me, heal me, heal me! Yeah. But as I've learned, like, through like now 7 months of streaming, I think, it's way more fun when there's actually someone watching. Because I can see your reactions live.
You're mine.
Ooh. Saute this bench. Alright, last area.
And when one asked, what is the point? There were none left to answer.
Oh boy. I did it! I killed them all. I killed them all. Woof. Visions of another world unfold before your eyes. Whoa, look at that!
Farther still existed a star without strife. Where none remembered life's trials or its joys.
This is so gorgeous. Are blue and yellow complementary colors? Or like opposite? I know red and green are.
My turn.
Yeah, I think that's... I was like, man, there has to be a reason this stands out so much. Huh. Alright, we'll see, after we finish the dungeon, we'll see if we have time for the trial today. And if not, we'll just do it next time.
Prepare yourself!
Thancred, they're killing me!
My turn.
Yeah, the AI is fine, right? But sometimes it's a little bit finicky with pulling. That's why it's easier when you're playing the actual tank. Because you're the one to pull. You're the big boss.
What its people had gained from ease, they lost to apathy.
You cannot stop us!
Mitre.
Sounds so polite now. Okay, we're almost at the boss. Perfect. Hello.
You cannot stop us!
You're mine! You're mine!
Love those masks, man. The Last Mercy, Rala. No! Reminds me of some sort of fucked up sphinx. Hello! Let's go, Thancred, let's go!
They created
yeah!
the kindest, most gentle of beasts.
You're mine!
Ow, that hurts a lot. This boss is a bitch to heal.
Its steps were light, and its gift was as painless as it was beautiful.
Let me out! Ow.
Bathed in its golden glow, they all slept happily ever after.
Uh-oh. My sound cut out for a second. Ah. I think it's just my headphones. They're really good, but just have some weird quirks sometimes.
You underestimate me.
I would very much like you to die quickly now. Hurry up. I don't want to fight you anymore. My eyes itchy.
You underestimate me.
Oh man, do you ever have an itchy eye? And then you like rub it and it's the best feeling in the world. Yeah, let's go, I would say, let's go! Boom! Kill, 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 kill! Here we go! Yahoo! We did it! We did it! Little bird. Yeah, no way we're finishing today. But maybe we'll have time for the trial. I want the bird!
That you still stand. Your determination defies all reason. The souls within me writhe and recoil in your presence. What must I do? What pain must I visit upon you to make you surrender to despair?
No one is unbreakable. What pains one may weather may bring another to tears. But therein lies our strength. For when we fall, our brothers and sisters are there to raise us up, Again and again, without end.
I see. But no matter how much hope exists, ever will there be more despair. Ever will the living cast the present and lament the future. So shall we sing until life ceases to be.
Seven hells.
Ooh, how's this for a design, huh?
The rage. It rises. Rises.
The end singer. Oh. Planets. Go, Stinia, go!
Stop! Calm yourself, please.
We die in pain. We die in suffering. Who are you to live? Who are you to hope?
Hold on, my friends.
Oriange, watch out!
Alphino!
We cannot comprehend. We cannot know. We cannot know!
Don't, please! Don't do this to them! To yourself!
Just one good strike.
Stop! Please stop!
We will not suffer alone. All will know our pain.
No, you don't!
All are washed in ice, a frozen waste, forever silent.
The teleporter.
Wait!
How's that for a visual?
You gifted them escape. And rendered yourself powerless. Bereft of the synergy you claim is your strength. Unless you need to call upon the dead once more.
Yeah.
Defiant to the last. But you will be one with us ere long. You will be battered and torn and made to crawl. You will weep and wail and curse your impotence. Curse your life as it fades. As we did. As we died. Such pain and sorrow we felt. Such anguish and rage. We tried. We tried. But it was no use. Only when we surrendered did we find release. Only when we embraced death. So join us in despair and embrace yours.
What's that?
My ultimatum. What is happening?
What? Who's that? Shinryu?
At the end of everything, I find you, my friend. I sought something in you once, as you did in me.
Hi, Xenos.
When at last I understood what it was, I journeyed to Sharlayan to seek you out. Struck a bargain with the woman who shares your gift. In exchange for lending the Scions my aid, I was given the means to come hither. Gorging upon what remained of the Mother Crystal, I reclaimed the form of the dragon. And, hungry still for our reunion, I rode the light of the stars to you. I take it this is your prey. But why does it still live? Surely it is no match for you. I assumed you would be above something so banal as despair. Am I mistaken?
If it comes to it, I won't save you. Yeah, it is.
I care not. What I desire of you isn't succor. It is satisfaction.
Sucker, I hardly know her.
So come! Let us dispense with this distraction, you and I!
Let's go!
You struggle in vain. You will not silence our song of oblivion.
The final day, now accessible! Oh, look at this! Yes! We're riding Xenos. Okay, so hold on, I'm gonna reset my headphones. Yeah, we're riding on his back. Come on now. Connect to my computer, you son of a bitch. Alright. There we go. Alright, so here's the dealio. This is gonna be the fight, which is probably gonna take like 15 minutes, and after that there's gonna be a pretty long cutscene. So, do we just want to save this for next time? Or do you want to go super extra long? Like, either way is fine with me. I just don't want to, like, make you feel like you have to take more time out of your day to do this. Like, we could just do this next time. But if you're like, oh, no, I wanna see this fight, then it's all good with me. Sure, no problem. Alright. Then, I will say with confidence, next time we are gonna finish this fucking playthrough. Which is what I've been saying the past 2 streams, I think. Oh yeah. It was awesome. Alright. Let's go to the stream ending screen. Oh man. So, here's my question then. When would you be available next? I know you have a busy week this week, so like I could do tomorrow, but if that doesn't work out, then that's fine. I do have, let's see. Do we have... We don't have PDC this Sunday, so Sunday would also be an option for me. Or otherwise next week. On either Wednesday or oh, well, let's do Sunday then. I think everyone's available. Yeah, I do have work, but that is I get off work like 3.5 hours before we're supposed to start, so I'll have plenty of time to recover. So yeah, let's say Sunday. Alright, perfect. Well, then I would say thank you for being here. Thank you for coming along on this crazy ride with me. Thank you for listening to me sob into the microphone. And be prepared for some crazy stuff on Sunday. Yeah, good stream. It was fun. I really enjoyed this. Good. Crying together is always better than crying alone in your room. Alright, well, friends, I will see you Sunday. Thank you for being here. And until next time. Goodbye, goodbye. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Alright. Love you, love you. Bye.